there'll be.
Hi, my name is Seyi Shay. I'm a singer-songwriter, and my first song was called Loving Your Way.
Loving your way. I'm loving your loving your way. I'm loving your loving.
I spent most of my life growing up in London, but I did spend some years in Nigeria. I went to school in Command in Ikeja when I lived with some family, but my mom quickly brought me back to London because she missed me, and she just felt it would be better for me to continue my further education in the UK. I lived in Ajegunle, actually, when I was in Nigeria. Mile 12, Ajegunle, to be precise. So there were lots of floods. So, you know, when it comes to me being in Nigeria now, and every year that I used to come back to Nigeria with my mom, I was very used to it, and I am very used to it. I studied music business management. I studied performing arts in college and university. So music is kind of like in and all around me.
I'm loving your loving your.
Music is in my family. My mom was in the choir. My sister was a songwriter. My brother, my oldest brother, he's a DJ, a radio DJ, and he used to play in clubs as well. I remember when I was about 4, I knew how to operate his turntables. That is the truth. In the house, he used to practice all the time and stress everybody out with his loud banging music. But it was fantastic to hear such great sounds coming from my brother's room. I remember my first song that I ever sang after watching this Kylie Minogue's video was I should be so lucky, 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 lucky. I should be so. So that was the first song that I ever, you know, used to kind of sing and run around the house singing. And then my mom was a big fan of Tina Turner and Salau Abeni and Onyeka Onwenu and Sunny Ade and Shino Peter. So I used to just the broad spectrum of music in my household is what has contributed to the broad spectrum of music that I sing now. And I remember one show in Japan, I think it was in Osaka, and I sang my solo, and the way the crowd responded with the roar, you know, and it was fantastic. The feeling was magical. And I remember coming back home to London to my mom and saying, Mom, I want to sing for the rest of my life. That's what I want to do. I want to perform. I want to sing. She said, sing, Kini, better go to school. I remember my mom, bless her. I grew up kind of having this battle with my mom about me wanting to do music and her wanting me to become something completely different. But finally, before she died, she gave me her blessing. And she said, Najalu, she might end up seeing you at music. And at the time, which was like 6 years ago now, I actually didn't want to receive that. I didn't want to come to Nigeria because I had just been introduced to my girl band called From Above. I moved to Nigeria because I want to represent Nigeria and I want to be part of what I later found, after moving here, is that I wanted to be part of this revolution that was happening for Nigerian artists that are women. And I feel that the more artists that come to Nigeria or that come out of Nigeria that are women can really make a difference. On the international front, we have so many male artists crossing over, getting signed out there and doing things, but we have a lot to give here. And Sound Sultan, who is one of my mentors, I met him last year in London, and the day I met him, we did a collaboration together and we shot a video in London, and he was so impressed with my ability and I was so impressed with his that we conversated about maybe me doing something in Nigeria. And he invited me to come to Nigeria, and he invited me to meet Cecil Hammond from Flight Time, and I met with them and we sat down and spoke, and it was a God thing because our visions about what we could do. 2011, in January, I came to Lagos and I recorded several songs with a producer called Delby. We stumbled across Loving Your Way, which is the first single, and we decided to run with it. Flight Time loved it so much, Sound Sultan loved it so much. I loved it so much. So we decided to shoot a video for it. Now, we were going to put the video out last year in 2011, but then Matthew Knowles called me and said, you're in Nigeria, but you need to come back to London right now because you have to shoot a reality show in Houston, America. And I felt it was a great opportunity. At the time, I wanted to try and do the group and do Seyi Shay together simultaneously. But it was obviously it wouldn't work. We spent 3 months in Houston doing this reality show. Meanwhile, Nigeria was calling and waiting. So I was like, where do I go? Where do I go? So I had to put Loving Your Way on hold and Flight Time on hold. But thank God, Flight Time waited for me for a whole year. I just feel so blessed. So in 2011 really was the filming of the reality show, the making of the From Above album. I presented the EMA Awards. I presented an EMA Award to Bruno Mars actually last year, MTV EMA Awards. And that was fantastic. I'm glad that I came back. I went back at the time because it's just helped raise my profile. The next single is called Irawo, and I love this song so much. We're going to shoot a video for it in the next few weeks. We're just talking about concept right now. The collaborations, whoa, just blowing my mind, but I can't tell you. I can't. I'm not allowed to under, record company policies. And the video for Loving Your Way was shot in London, and we wanted it to be a really natural setting and a natural vibe. So we actually we found a club that was actually pumping that night, and we just walked in and we said, can we film? And we shot, and we got like loads of people that wanted to be in the video, that didn't mind to dance. And the DJ sped Loving Your Way up quite a bit because it's quite a mid-tempo song. But so people started dancing. And in this club, they have like a swimming pool in the basement. So if you realize in the video, there's like a pool that myself and my love interest is in. And we just put candles around the pool, turned the lights off, got people to come down. And somehow the video came out looking really nice. Somehow it came out looking like we planned it, but we didn't. We really didn't. We thought about it the day before, I think, and shot it the day after. So it's like all in all about 2-3 days, the concept and the filming. Only God knows what the future holds for Seyi Shay, and that's the realest statement I've ever heard, because nobody knows. Yeah, we go into this thing, aspiring to be like people, hoping that we take over, the world with our sound and our music. I would like the future to bring tours, world tours. I would like the future to bring, for us Nigerians, an equal opportunity to contend with international acts as a Nigerian artist and as Nigerian artists. I'd like to receive awards on the same stages, on the same platforms. For Seyi Shay, anyway, I pray that God opens doors that have never been opened to Nigerian artists before, and that's what I'd like to see happen. I mean, there are going to be more singles, more videos. The album is nowhere near ready. We're just going to keep giving you guys stuff to feel good about, music-wise.
Hey, yeah, Delby.